This is the episode that's gonna make you money without making you feel like a greedy villain. I've helped clients double, even triple their prices and still have their customers thanking them at checkout. One of my clients went from $75 custom cakes to 150 in just a month and booked out her next quarter. Another, she raised her workshop prices by $40 per seat and sold more than ever before. And no, it wasn't magic. It wasn't luck either. It was strategy. A simple, repeatable process that works across industries. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to raise your prices without losing clients. And I promise it's much simpler than you think. But before we get into the how, let me take you back. So, a few years ago, I was charging what I thought people could afford. I'd run the numbers and realized that basically I was paying people to take my classes. And maybe you've been there. You're working yourself to the bone, your calendar is full, but your profit margin, that's non existent. You're busy, but you're broke. I remember a holiday season where I made over 200 cakes and cookies in 6 weeks. And after paying for ingredients, packaging, and help, I had just enough left to cover my rent. The second time I experienced something like this was the week I got married. My clients were literally begging me to take orders. There were 10 orders that left my house the week that I got married. And I came back from my honeymoon early to take care of another order. Y'all, this was my turning point. And here's the thing, I knew I couldn't keep doing this, but I was terrified to raise my prices because I thought my clients would disappear. The fear was real. But the truth is, that fear was costing me hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. What I didn't realize then is that raising your prices is never just about the number, it's about positioning, confidence, and the way you communicate your value. When you get those right, people will pay more happily. I'll share the exact 3-step pricing upgrade I teach inside the Six Figure Creator in a second. But first, let's talk about why most people get this wrong. The wrong way to raise your prices is to quietly change your price on a random Tuesday and hope no one notices. Or worse, you apologize for it. I have seen posts on social media like, sorry, I have to raise my price because eggs are expensive. Here's the problem with that. When you lead with an apology, you're telling your clients this change is bad news. You're making them feel like they're losing something when in reality, they're gaining a better, more sustainable business to work with. Price increases should never be about guilt. They're about aligning the value you provide with the compensation you deserve. So, for example, I had a coaching client who made the mistake of burying her new price inside of a PDF that she sent out to her existing clients. The results of that, almost no one booked. When we worked together, we reframed it. We turned it into an announcement about her upgraded services and new client experiences. She literally booked out her month in a week. Think about the last time you told your audience about a price change. Did it sound like an exciting upgrade or a quiet apology? If you're driving, don't write this down, but keep that question in your head. So instead of hiding, we're going to do this the right way. That starts with step one. Before you ever announce a new price, you need to anchor your value. Anchoring your value means you're clearly showing clients what they get, why it matters, and why it's worth the investment. So here are two examples. Example one, a custom cake, $150. That sounds like a transaction. Example two, custom designed cake with premium ingredients, 6+ hours of handcrafted detail, and a personalized design consultation. $150. Now that sounds like a luxury experience. So list what's included, but frame it as a benefit, not just a feature. Show what's different about working with you. Use social proof, reviews, testimonials, and stories. And if you are not collecting those after every single order, start that today. So we're going to use social proof, our reviews, our testimonials, and our stories to reinforce why people are willing to pay more. Here's why. So, one of my mastermind clients was teaching group classes for $65. We reworked her offer page to detail everything participants would experience, from the hands-on baking techniques to the take-home recipe book to the networking opportunities in the room. She raised the price to $95 and sold out 2 more sessions that month. Remember, people are comparing your offer not just to other providers, but to other things they could do with that money. If you want them to choose you, you have to show why your offer gives them more value than the alternative. Now, once you've anchored your value, you're ready for step 2. And this is where most people get tripped up. You don't have to go from $75 to $300 overnight. You can ladder up in phases. This works because it gives your audience time to adjust and allows you to test demand at each level. If you're charging $50 now, you might want to raise to $65 for 3 months and then $85 and so on. Each time refining your offer and your experience. The caveat to this is if you become certified in something, if you get a degree in something, if you exponentially change your skill to where it changes your title, then baby, go ahead and inflate that price, right? Because now the value is completely different with the extra additional learning that you have done in order to provide this service. Yesterday's price, not today's price. So, I had a baker who moved from $35 a dozen for cookies to $60 a dozen over the course of 3 to 6 months. She added custom packaging, faster turnaround, and more design options. Each justified the next increase. Her orders didn't drop, they actually doubled. Now, I'm not going to say that all of your clients are going to stay because they might not. You will lose some bargain hunters, and that's okay. The clients who remain will be your best customers, and they'll refer people who value your work. Now, once you've anchored your value and stepped up your pricing, there's one more shift that seals the deal. People don't buy hours, they buy results, experiences, and feelings. Babe, it's time to sell the transformation. So, when I sell a mastermind, I'm not selling people 12 weeks, 3 months, or 6 months worth of calls. I'm selling consistent income, clarity in your offers, and the confidence to run your business without chaos. If you are someone who works in the culinary industry, here's an example for you. Your classes is not just 2 hours in the kitchen. It's 2 hours of learning a skill that brings joy to your family, pride in your creations, and confidence in the kitchen. So, if you're someone that's like me and you've got your handy dandy notebook and your pen available, here's what I want you to do. Write down 3 transformations your clients get from working with you. That should be simple enough, right? 3 transformations your clients get from working with you that have nothing to do with the time being spent. Use those in your marketing. So here's your recap. I want you to anchor your value, raise your prices gradually but firmly, and then sell the transformation, not the time. Do this and you'll raise your prices without losing clients. In fact, you'll probably gain better ones. And if you're wondering, okay, but how do I package my offers so that raising prices feels easy? Well, that's what we're doing inside our next group of the 6-Figure Creator. The 6-Figure Creator is my mastermind for culinary and creative entrepreneurs who are ready to stop undercharging and start building a business that sells with ease and not pressure. We'll refine your offers, lock in your pricing strategy, and create a marketing system that brings in clients consistently. The doors are open now and they will be open until the end of September, but we won't open again until next year. The way the Six Figure Creative is set up is that it is now a 6-month mastermind where we meet bi weekly. So that is 6 months of you learning from a certified Hello 7 coach. If this is the year you finally want to step into making six figures without burning out, the applications are open. Just visit KimberlyIHouston.com/mastermind. I hope to see you there, friend.